New items with OP effects. Hey guys, what's up? So we have a new update on Advanced Server featuring the new items and revamped effects. First up, we have Sky Piercer. It's an item that can instantly kill an enemy hero if their HP is below 5%. As you can see, it dealt 9,999 true damage because the enemy's HP was below 5%. But that's not all, because you can increase the 5% HP limit by collecting stack. Once you kill an enemy hero, you will get 10 stacks, which adds 1% to the HP limit. It can reach up to 70 stacks, which means that's an additional 7% at full stacks. So that's a maximum of 12% HP threshold. It lets you instantly kill anyone if their HP goes below 12%. Pretty cool, right? However, you will lose 8 stacks every time you die, so keep that in mind. This unique passive has no cooldown, allowing any hero to become a Reaper, just like Karina and Martis. And the unique passive can be activated by basic attack and skills. Now let's check the stats. Sky Piercer gives plus 60 adaptive attack and 20 movement speed. And it only costs 1,500 gold, so it's perfect for those early game ganks. There are many heroes that can use this item. First one on my mind is Claude. As you all know, his Trinity build is an efficient tool in lowering the enemy's HP. But the damage slows down when the enemy's HP is low. And that's where Sky Piercer comes in. He lowers the enemy's HP with Demon Hunter Sword and then finishes them off with the unique passive of Sky Piercer. So who else would benefit from this new item? Next in the new item is Pandora'S box. It gives 70 magic power and 10% cooldown reduction. But the main power of this item is the unique passive, which is called Seeker. Whenever you deal a total of 300 damage to an enemy hero, a projectile is launched to deal true damage equal to their 1% max HP. That's one Seeker for every 300 damage. So if you deal 600, 2 Seekers will appear. Here's what it looks like when you hit multiple enemies. It's like Sicilian's ultimate. Seeker's damage works with Spell Vamp, which you can see from this test. Kimi can use it even though her basic attacks are below 300 each, because the damage adds up. Here's what it looks like on a Eudora combo with full items. So who do you think can abuse this new Pandora'S box? Next is the new item, Malefic Gun, and it's the name of Layla's weapon. Buying this item will give you an active skill that can increase your basic attack range by 15% for 2 seconds. The duration will reset once you hit an enemy hero. If you don't hit a hero, the active skill will go on cooldown for 70 seconds. Malefic Gun also has a unique passive that gives 10% movement speed when you do basic attacks. It's perfect for the new move and attack feature on official server. As for the stats, it gives 30 physical attack, 20% attack speed, and 15% critical chance. One thing you have to remember is that it's using an active skill, which means you'll have to replace Wind of Nature in your build. I think the 15% increased range is kinda short compared to the utility of Wind of Nature, but the movement boost it gives is a welcome treat for marksmen. Next is the item, Glowing Wand. The developers think Glowing Wand is too simple, while Necklace of Durance pales in comparison to the other items. To fix this, they've combined the 2 items into one. Glowing Wand will now have Life Bane, which reduces the shield and HP regen effects. As you can see, you can apply the burn effect and life drain on a single attack. To balance, they had to increase its price by 200 gold. That also means Necklace of Durance is now removed from the item list. Next item is Fleeting Time. They've changed the stats from magic power to now adaptive attack. That means physical heroes can also use this item. Example is Yuzong with his long ultimate cooldown. Next is Winter Truncheon, where they changed the name to Winter Crown. Similar to Fleeting Time, Winter Crown can now be used by physical heroes. The item now has adaptive attack and an extra 5% cooldown reduction. It's a perfect item for our TikTok show players. Next is the combination of Queen's Wings and Bloodlust Axe. They've combined the two items and it now has 40 adaptive attack, 600 HP, 10% cooldown reduction, and 15% spell vamp. It also has a new unique passive that gives shield once your HP is low, all the while lowering your skill cooldown by 2 seconds. This effect has a 60-second cooldown, so say goodbye to Bloodlust Axe. One thing I've noticed is the price, where it's now 2,550 gold. Next is the item Thunderbelt. It now gives hybrid defense and 20 movement speed. The new unique passive will now activate every 4 seconds instead of the old one, where you need to use a skill. The slow effect is 99% for 1 second, and the true damage is based on your defense stats. And there's this new feature that gives a permanent hybrid defense each time you activate the unique passive on an enemy hero. That's 1 defense for every hero you hit. Remember, this is a permanent stat, which is quite big. I tested the limit, but it still kept going after 100 stacks. But if you compute the time, it will be hard to reach 100 stacks because it only activates every 4 seconds and you also have to hit an enemy hero. However, it's still a good defense item for late game once you've collected enough stacks. Next is the item Clock of Destiny. It will now give defense stats each time you deal magic damage. At full stacks, you can get a maximum of 72 hybrid defense. It's perfect for magic heroes that need damage and durability like Alice, Sylvana, and Esmeralda. The stats are also changed with a lower magic power. Next are the items Holy Crystal and Blood Wings. Holy Crystal now has 185 magic power and the price is increased to 3,000 gold. Meanwhile, Blood Wings will only get 90 magic power and the price is lowered to 2,100 gold. It's like they're swapping places. The other thing that changed is Blood Wings' unique passive. It will now grant shield based on your magic power and it regenerates every 30 seconds. The shield will also boost your movement speed for 1 second after it breaks. It's like having a mini sprint battle spell. I like this adjustment so that mages can use the shield earlier in the game. Next is the item Twilight Armor. Upon taking more than 800 damage in a single instance, the excess damage beyond that amount is reduced by a percentage of your max HP. And this effect has no cooldown. Compared to official server, the damage reduction is weaker, but the upside is that it's always on. No more 5-second cooldown. Tank users will benefit this more since they have high amounts of HP. Next is the item Dominance Ice. The trigger condition for Life Bane and Arctic Cold are changed. Now, it will only activate once you receive damage. Example is this bot wearing Dominance Ice. If I attack it even from this distance, Life Bane and Arctic Cold will be applied on my hero. So being near the enemy won't trigger the effect. The enemy has to attack you first to apply the effect. This goes the same for the component item Black Ice Shield. That means long-range marksmen are no longer safe from the slow effect of Dominance Ice. Next is Endless Battle, where they lowered the price and attack stats. Its component item, Ogre Tomahawk, is also lowered. Last one is the new component item, Expert Gloves. It gives 30 adaptive attack and it can be used to complete the items Sky Piercer, Winter Crown, Fleeting Time, and Queen's Wings. And that's it for the new items on Advanced Server. This will definitely shake the meta we have right now. I can see some non-meta heroes gaining the advantage from these new items. So which heroes do you think can abuse those new effects? Share it in the comment section. That's all for this video. Stay safe and thank you for watching.